Everyone is now talking about wellness routines.
30 years ago, I got into a car accident and I discovered all these alternative therapies and all these options for healing. But when I wanted to open it 30 years ago, it wasn't the right timing. The world wasn't ready. If the salt's like a toothbrush for your lungs. 6 tons of salt came from Pakistan. It was so heavy it broke the sidewalk. We had to repair the sidewalk.
Looks like a cave, it feels like a cave. It is a cave, I love it.
And then he walked out and he came back in and he goes, "This place gives me hope."
I know that this is the top of the top. Hi, my name is Babaev, and I am here today at Roslyn Salt Cave. I wanted to share with you all the amazing benefits and my own experiences because Roslyn Salt Cave became my go-to place to recharge my batteries. Let's hear from Wendy Shulman, my dear friend and Roslyn Salt Cave owner.
Thank you for having me on. I'm so honored to be on your show.
Our pleasure. So Wendy, what inspired you to open Roslyn Salt Cave?
I love that question. So I come from South Africa. My dad was a doctor. I didn't know anything about alternative healing. And then 30 years ago, I got into a car accident and I hurt my neck. And so I started searching the world and I discovered all these alternative therapies and all these options for healing. And I had a vision of a wellness center. And then I started working with Dr. Deepak Chopra and he taught me about meditation. And I tried for 25 years before I opened this place. But when I wanted to open it 30 years ago, it wasn't the right timing. The world wasn't ready. If I opened a place that had energy medicine and psychics and crystals, it would have failed. And so when I did open it 7 years ago, it was the right time in the world because the world needs a place to anchor, to find spirituality, and so.
Absolutely. And timing is everything.
Exactly. Divine timing. I put a tattoo on my arm that says divine timing to remind me because sometimes I forget and I get impatient with the universe. So, yeah.
Divine timing. Wonderful.
Welcome to the cave. Let me take you on a tour and show you what we do here. Come with me. So just to give you a little idea of what we do, this is really a blank canvas of healing. So what we want to do is we want to meet you where you are physically, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. So with that in mind, we have 42 different healers with so many different modalities. All our rooms are multifunctional rooms. Each of our rooms are named after a crystal. This one is jade. So in this room we have a chiropractor, functional medicine, amazing massages, something called a dreamscape bliss journey. We have a scalp massage and all kinds of delicious treatments that completely take you on a bliss relaxing journey. So let me take you into the small salt cave. In the small salt cave we do either couples or individual treatments. So either hot stone and aromatherapy massages, private Reiki, private sound healing, pranic healing.
Tell us a little bit more. How did you first discover the benefits of salt therapy?
So while I was traveling around the world looking for different ways to heal myself, I had a neck injury. I discovered so many amazing possibilities for healing. And I went to a spa in Austria and they had salt therapy and they had Turkish baths and they had so many different things. But I loved the experience of the salt therapy because the salt's like a toothbrush for your lungs. It's good for allergies and asthma and psoriasis, inflammation, and especially anxiety. Salt's like a natural mood elevator. And the world we live in today, you need a place you can go that can help alleviate some of the anxiety. So that really appealed to me. And then I ended up having a daughter who had so much eczema and asthma, and I used to take her to salt caves to recover. So I really got to immerse myself in the benefits of the salt.
And I can attest to that. This is my favorite place to hide and really relax. And I can share that the benefits are incredible. So thank you for that. You shared with me that you imported all this salt and it took months to build. And I know how particular you are about everything you do. So can you share with us the benefits, but more importantly, the process, how it all came together?
Yeah, so because for me, this was a 30-year journey, I had already envisioned this place. It was almost a formality to build it. I had walked in every room. I knew that the outside would have a kind of an African chic vibe. And then the cave itself, there was Polish masonries that came. They didn't even really speak English so well. I'm not quite sure how it got built so beautifully, but 6 tons of salt came from Pakistan. It was so heavy it broke the sidewalk. We had to repair the sidewalk. And then I already knew that I wanted a couple of the walls, as you see, the waterfall. I think the waterfall is such an important feature because waterfall's so healing. And the actual process was so interesting. They built like a cage. You see the ceiling's got like stalactites and stalagmites. So they built a cage and then they threw this kind of stucco up, and then you see how it formed, like hanging down, so it looks like a cave. Actually, so many people...
It looks like a cave, it feels like a cave. It is a cave, I love it.
So many people, when they come in, they ask us, do I need to take an elevator down? Because I don't want to take an elevator down to the cave. I'm like, no, you just open the door.
I love it, I love it. Great.
So in the big salt cave, it's a communal cave. Here, again, we do yoga. We move the chairs when we do yoga, or people come in and relax and sit in the cave, breathe in the salt for salt sessions. Today we have a birthday party where we're doing yoga and guided meditation and sound healing. We do a lot of stress mastery coaching and corporate team building events. And the whole room is made of Himalayan salt, except for the ceiling, and there's a salt waterfall over there. And you just sit and relax and breathe in the salt, and there's no side effects. We've been here for 7 years and no one's ever had any side effects from the salt. You literally just come and relax, which is what everybody needs, a place to ground and relax. This is our studio, which is used for so many things. Right now it's being used for a private Reiki and sound healing in a few minutes. We also do certifications and trainings and psychic readings and fun events like tea and tarots with mini psychic readings and all kinds of cool events.
We are in studio now, which is another incredible space here at Roslyn Salt Cave. Can you share with us any other treatments that one can expect here in addition to salt therapy?
Yes. So we are a boutique spa. So what we do is we custom design treatments based on the person's personal preference. So we have a couple of amazing experiences. One, it's called aromatherapy sound healing. So it's a full body massage, aromatherapy, which is a technique, a special technique that you use. And at the same time as you having this full body massage, there's a sound healer in the room playing the sound bowls. And then they use crystals. The crystals have some magical powers, and they place the crystals in different energy centers in your body. That's one of the treatments. We have another one which we just recently introduced. It's called the Dreamscape Wellness Journey, and I experienced it a couple of days ago. So what it is, it's like a scalp massage, and they put collagen gloves on your hands and your feet, and they use all kinds of sensory tools on your head and these kinds of brushes and hot stones and steam for your hair. It just keeps going and going. It's like the best parts of a massage and a facial all in one. It's just pure bliss. So we have a lot of very interesting, we have Reiki facials, we have pranic healing and acupuncture. So we combine, I'm a big collaborator, I think, and I know you are too. I know that,
yes.
We work with other people, and we utilize our own special magic and our gifts. We're able to make much more magical services. So I like to combine my healers. So we can create anything depending on what people are into.
This sounds incredible. And frankly, I just want to cancel the rest of my appointments for today and experience all of that. So thank you for sharing. This is truly, truly amazing. As we know, health and wellness and longevity becoming part of everyone's life. Is there a story that stands out to you, perhaps a customer who had a transformative experience here at Roslyn Salt Cave?
So there's so many, but I'm just going to choose one, which is a very simple story. So a man came in, and I could see he was like beaten up by life. He looked so down and sad, and he came in and he was very skeptical, like, what is this place? What's a salt cave? And afterwards he walked out and he kept looking at me and shaking his head and looking and shaking his head. And I'm like, okay. And then he walked out and he came back in and he goes, this place gives me hope. And I cried, actually.
Wow.
And then he started coming back and he became such a good customer, and I watched him transform. So it's such a simple story, but I just have to go back to something that I know you say all the time. You say, we can live our lives two ways. One is if nothing is a miracle, one is if everything's a miracle. And I literally work and live in a place that everything's a miracle. I see people healing because they're finding balance within themselves. They're finding a way to discover who they are, and they found this gateway through healing to, I call it 2.0, to like who's Maria 2.0, who's Wendy 2.0. So I see people discovering that here all the time. They really get to find out who they are, and that That's why
I love it. And I think this place is a miracle, to be honest with you. That's what I told you from the very beginning when you first open up. And the community really embraced this space and this place and all the healers that you have under your incredible wings that you continue to spread, because I cannot wait what's ahead. And we thank you for that.
Thank you, Maria. I mean, I love sharing what I do, and you are a great supporter of us. And we are in a time where people are really looking for alternative healing. Western medicine is fantastic, but it's really good when you combine it with Eastern medicine. Why not take the best of everything and use it to make yourself the best?
Agree. And use the integrative approach. Everyone is now talking about wellness routines, and some of them are so complicated that it's just very challenging to follow. What can you share with us today? What is your favorite wellness routine?
It's so overwhelming, like you said. There's so many things that you could do.
Correct.
So meditation is the number one thing that I suggest everybody should do, because it raises your vibration. Like, think about it, like raising your vibration, and then lower energy can't touch you. Then you start living in a different realm, and you don't get upset by stupid things or little things don't bother you. So I would say number one is meditation. I meditate every day. I also have a huge gratitude practice. So gratitude is a synchronizer with the universe. And the more you're grateful for, the more great things you attract to be grateful for. But as far as actual longevity, so I do hot Pilates, which I love. And then I have, my daughter calls it my DIY longevity in my house. So I do have a red light therapy that I use, either the mask or the little panel. I do like scrubs every day, like a body, just get rid of all the dead skin. I do teeth pulling, which is using coconut oil, and everyone says my teeth are white, so it definitely works.
Beautiful teeth.
And that's just coconut oil from Trader Joe's that I gargle with. My kids will call me because they're in college, and I'm going like this. I'm like, I'm like, it's hard to just step into this life of longevity. You just got to pick one thing, even if it's just meditation, great, or just gratitude, great, and then start adding things that make sense to you. So
it's definitely not one-off. It's the lifestyle at the end of the day. And with research emerging every day, new things are coming up. It's great to kind of build and pick and choose, because what works for you might not work for me, and vice versa. But I also love the collaboration and exchange, and really sharing all the new things that we are experiencing and also employing in our daily routines. And I just wanted to kind of build on what you said in terms of gratitude. Attitude of gratitude is the key to everything in life and the foundation. And that's how I truly build my business. I wake up grateful every single day, because we touch so many different lives and so many different people, and in unique ways transform them, which I'm very grateful to be able to do that. I know you are personally, and your team here, involved in so many different charity organizations, and I admire you for that. Tell us about orphanage that you really took over in South Africa, and you helping these children, give them hope, give them education, give them clean water, give them basic needs, and how it transformed you and your experiences in this world.
Yeah, thank you for saying that, all those kind words. But yes, so I have a nonprofit, which we'll talk about another time, the Long Island Chronic Healers. But one of our biggest things that we do is we sponsor an orphanage in South Africa of 29 children. So Mama Caroline, this beautiful African mama, and she has 4 of her own kids, and she takes in children who have been abused and abandoned and literally found in dumpsters. She brings them into her house, and she feeds them and clothes them and sends them to school. And so before we came along, they didn't have beds, they didn't go to school, they didn't have school uniforms and bags. So now they have all of that, and the money goes so far. $1 goes times 18 in South Africa. So we have this whole family in South Africa. You're going to have to come and meet them.
I would love to.
And so we fundraising for them. We have this vision of building a huge orphanage for them and taking in 100 kids. But right now, 29 is good.
29 is actually a lot more than last year when we had an event here at the cave. And what I absolutely loved about that fundraiser, which was not typical at all, we had a choice to really pick the items: a bed, computer, paying for the education for a year. So you're not just sending, amount. you actually know what you're sending that amount for. And for me, it was very transformative experience. And I am looking forward to the next one, which hopefully we're going to host here again soon.
Yes, absolutely.
So thank you for that. You're doing incredible work locally here in the community, nationally, internationally now, and taking it to really to the next level all the time. I love the 2.0 theory, okay, because that's an upgrade, and continue to grow and educate and elevate, and that's who you are. You inspire me, you inspire a team around you, you inspire people that you touch, and truly I feel you personally and this place is an inspiration and a place of hope for the entire Roslyn community.
Thank you, Marie. Okay, so in this crazy world that we live in, you need a place that you can ground, a place that you can really de-stress and relax. So now's the time to call us and book at Roslyn Salt Cave. You can call us, you can look at our website, you can look at us on Instagram at Roslyn Salt. Come on in and let us take care of your stress.